Hi, first graders. Today we're going to review nonfiction text features. We've learned about nonfiction text features in the last nonfiction unit we did earlier in the year, and today we're going to just talk about them again and how they can help us. Text features are the different parts of a text. They help the reader learn more about the topic the book is about. Each text feature has a different purpose and helps us in a different way. Let's look more closely at some of the nonfiction text features we already know. The table of contents comes at the beginning of the book and gives the names and location of each chapter or section of the book, and it helps us find information quickly. The table of contents also lists all the headings in the book, and a heading tells the reader what they will read on each page or in each section of the book. A diagram is a drawing or photograph that explains or shows the part of something. And labels tell the names of the parts of a diagram or other photographs and illustrations. Photographs are real images that show the reader what something really looks like, whereas an illustration is a drawing, a photograph is taken with the camera. Captions give the reader more information about what is happening in a photograph or illustration. The glossary is all the way in the back of the book and tells the reader definitions of words that they do not know throughout the story. The words that are in the glossary are usually found throughout the book in bold. Bold print or bold words are the words that you can find in the glossary. Here are a few other text features that we haven't learned as much about, but that you'll probably see in some nonfiction books that you'll read throughout the year. A timeline, charts and graphs, maps, and the index. These are all different nonfiction text features that help us in different ways. We can use text features to help us learn more from nonfiction books. I'll use text features to help me as I read this book called What Are Flowers? This book is going to teach me a lot about flowers, and there's a lot that I don't know about them, so I'm excited. I'm going to start by looking at the table of contents of this book. I'll look through the table of contents to decide what chapters I want to read. Remember, we can read nonfiction books out of order. We don't have to start at the beginning. We can jump around to whatever interests us most. Let's see, plant parts, looking at flowers, tiny buds, parts called petals, sweet nectar. I think I'll actually start with plant parts, which is on page 4. I don't know a whole lot about that, and I would like to learn more about the parts of a plant. I think I'll then skip ahead to this part here called Tiny Buds on page 8, because I'm not really sure what a bud is, and I'd like to learn. Okay, here is plant parts on page 4 and page 5. I'm going to read and see if there are any text features that can help me with parts of the book that I don't understand. Plants have different parts. Roots, stems, leaves, and flowers are all parts of plants. Each part has a job to do to help the plant stay alive and grow. Okay, I'm going to stop here and think, did I understand everything that I read? Well, there's something I'm wondering about. It says roots, stems, leaves, and flowers are all parts of plants. But I'm wondering, which parts of the plant are the roots, the stems, the leaves, and the flowers? I'm not sure. If I looked at a plant, I could point out each part. I'm going to see if there's a text feature on this page that can help me. Ooh, here I see a diagram. I see there's a photograph of a plant, and different parts of the plant are labeled. I'll read the labels to help me. This label says flowers, and it's pointing to these parts here, so those are the flowers. This label says leaves. It's pointing to the green leaves here. This label says stem. I see the stem it's pointing to is right here. And this label says roots. It's pointing to the roots, which are at the bottom of the plant underneath the dirt. So now I know where on a plant all the different parts are. This diagram and these labels really helped me with that. Now I'll skip ahead to page 8. Tiny buds. I'm going to read this part now. Okay. Flowers grow inside buds. Buds grow at the top of stems. A bud has tough green leaves that form a closed ball to protect the flower. I'm not really sure I fully understand what a bud is, and I think if I just looked at these photographs, I'm not sure I would know which photograph is the bud. I mean, is this a photograph of a bud, or is it this photograph over here? I'm not really sure. So I think I'll use this photograph here to help me. And I see some labels. Let's see, this label says stem. That's not really what I'm looking for. Oh, this label says buds. Oh, and the arrows are pointing to this part here and this part up here. Oh, so now I understand what a bud looks like. That label really helped me identify what part of the photograph was the bud, and it helped me picture in my mind what a bud looks like when the words didn't really help me all the way. That really, really helped me learn something more. I'm going to think about how I can explain which text features I used and how that text feature helped me learn more from the book. The first text feature I used was a diagram, and that text feature helped me know where each part of the plant is. Remember, I looked at the diagram of the plant, and I figured out where on the plant each part was located. So that diagram really helped me. The next text feature I used was labels, the label that pointed out the bud in the photograph. That label helped me understand what a bud is and what a bud looks like. So I used two different text features, and I explained how those text features helped me learn more from the book. For your assignment today, you're going to do the same thing that I just did. You can choose to read one nonfiction book, either the book Dentists or the book Zookeepers. You can choose either one. Then you'll complete the nonfiction text features worksheet that looks just like the chart I just made. You'll need to think of two text features in your book and explain how each text feature helps you learn more from the book you read. In case you need to remember the different text features we know, there will be this chart attached to Google Classroom to help you. Have fun, first graders!